Too busy to keep up with Guyana news? We've got you covered with the latest breaking stories, trending headlines, and key updates from across Guyana in under 10 minutes. Here are today's top highlights. A vessel from Guyana busted with $37 million worth of cocaine in Trinidad. A vessel traveling from Guyana was seized in Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday with $37 million worth of cocaine stashed away in a secret compartment. Guyana's Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, CANU, is said to be investigating the vessel's departure details. The drug bust resulted from an intelligence-led operation involving the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, Port of Spain Office, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, the U.S. Joint Interagency Task Force South Command, and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force. Next, Melly Mel remains detained by ICE in Louisiana, United States. The popular social media personality Melissa Ann Atwell, also known as Melly Mel, remains detained in an immigration and customs enforcement facility in the U.S. We understand that the woman was transferred to the Richwood Correction Center in Louisiana, possibly as part of a deportation process linked to a criminal complaint. Melly Mel's detention is suspected to be linked to her public criticisms of the current Guyana government. News of her detention sparked widespread outcry from Guyanese at home and abroad, members of Guyana's opposition parties, political commentators, and justice groups. Last November, Atwell was allegedly sued for $100 million by Attorney General Anil Nandlal. Nandlal accused Atwell of making him look like a criminal and someone unfit to be a lawyer and a politician by posting false claims about him on social media. Meanwhile, the government says it has no idea why Melly Mel has been detained. AFC is concerned over Melly Mel's detention by U.S. Homeland Security. The Alliance for Change, AFC, is worried over the detention of Melissa Ann Atwell, widely known as Melly Mel, by the U.S. law and immigration enforcement agencies. Melly Mel, an overseas-based Guyanese, is widely known for making allegations of corruption against the current Guyana government using her social media platform. The AFC believes her detention may be connected to her efforts to expose corruption in Guyana. According to the AFC, her anti-corruption efforts caused her to be viewed as an, quote, enemy of the state. The party suspects Atwell won't get a fair trial if she's returned to Guyana. There's also a general belief that the Melly Mel situation can seriously affect national efforts to expose crime and corruption in Guyana. G7 foreign ministers condemn Venezuela's Navy incursion. International governments continue to denounce the March 1st Venezuelan Navy incursion into Guyana. In a joint statement on Friday, the G7 members said, quote, "We also agreed Venezuelan naval vessels threatening Guyana's commercial vessels is unacceptable and an infringement of Guyana's internationally recognized sovereign rights." The G7 foreign ministers also reaffirmed, quote, "Venezuelan naval vessels threatening Guyana's commercial vessels is unacceptable and an infringement of Guyana's internationally recognized sovereign rights." The G7 foreign ministers also reaffirmed their commitment to respecting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all nations. On the early morning of March 1st, 2025, a Navy warship belonging to Venezuela sailed into Guyana's exclusive economic zone, the EEZ. Crew members allegedly threatened ExxonMobil's floating oil storage facility located in the Stabroek Block oil field. Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, doubled down on the incursion, saying the vessel traveled into Venezuelan territory. The boundaries between Guyana and Venezuela have been settled since 1899 by the Arbitral Award of 1899. The G7 countries are the United States, Canada, France, Italy, Germany, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Jack Dio says opposition is delusional to think teaming up with Mohammeds will affect PPP's election success. General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, the PPP, Barrett Jack Dio, alleges that the PNC, APNU, and Alliance for Change, AFC, are teaming up with the Mohammed family to try and weaken PPP's support base. Jack Dio further labels the opposition's alleged plot to win the next elections, using the Mohammeds as delusional. It's, quote, delusional all the way around, he said. The party's secretary made the assertion during a press conference at Freedom House on Thursday. The Mohammeds Jack Dio is referring to is the father and son duo, Nazar Mohammed, and his son, Azruddin Mohammed, who are currently under sanction by the U.S. Department of Treasury. According to U.S. law enforcement, the two men are being sanctioned for their roles in public corruption in Guyana. May Thomas, a Guyanese government official, was also sanctioned along with the Mohammeds. Jack Dio says no current plans for Ali Maduro meeting. People's Progressive Party General Secretary Barrett Jack Dio made it clear that Guyana has no plans to engage with Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro. Maduro had announced on Venezuelan TV that he'd been trying to get Guyanese President Irfaanali to meet face-to-face to discuss matters regarding his country's claims to Essequibo and Guyana's maritime zone. In fact, Maduro demanded the meeting and asked whether Ali was afraid to meet. Jack Dio killed any hopes of a meeting anytime soon by stating, quote, "At the time, no such plan has been finalized." The PPP General Secretary further stated that any plans of meeting the Venezuelan head of state, quote, has to be assessed against what he wants to meet on and also whether it is good for our country and our national security interest. He went on to say that President Irfaanali will have to, quote, make that assessment. Well, guys, that's all for now. Subscribe and share and make us your go-to source for daily news highlights out of Guyana. Check out our channel page for more. See you in the next Guyana News Highlights.